I used to work on those crazy daytime talk shows like Sally Jesse or Montel, or they don't really exist anymore. You book like there's 6 segments and there's 2 people a segment, and then there's always like they talk about the infamous like, what if you forgot to unbook somebody because you canceled them, and they fly in and they're walking around New York City, and so it's the same kind of fear, like, oh my God, did I unbook that person? Are they coming in? Are they waiting? Yeah, that's crazy. I worked on a show called Richard Bay, which is like a crazy daytime talk show, and my kid's too crazy, and that was the show. And these kids were fucking nuts.
That's the last person you would have extra of, right?
Yes. So there's one guy, we book him, he's coming out, and then his mom was like, I canceled it. So she didn't get on the plane because she said she wasn't going to do it. Yet he's already on his plane coming here.
Oh, no.
So he gets to the place, the stopover, to get to the next plane, and we tell him you got to fly home. But I was like, of course he did it. He's a fucking bad
crazy.
kid.
Yeah.
That's why he's on the show. And
But don't you have to pay for that?
Yep. The show pays for it, and they never
no.
go near. But I think it's part of the budget because that happens. Just worked on a court show, and people just kept bailing just a lot. Yeah, but they're real people. It's going to happen. So part of the skill for me, which I'm usually good at, and the last court show was not as good at. I don't know why, but it's just talking people back in, and that's a skill of just like, in my mind,
comforting them and assuring them that they'll be treated okay.
And not lying and not being a scumbag.
I was like, let me guess how it sounds. You really shouldn't be embarrassed. A lot of people are going through what you're going through. A lot of people eat cat food every day, and their story, they're going to feel comforted by you sharing your story with them.
That's exactly what I'd say. But none of that's a lie.
Come on.
No. Why do you think you're doing this show? No, but you're not going to say
because
fly out.
It's Richard Bay or whatever garbage show, and everyone's looking
They know
like
what the show is.
Schadenfreude, and everyone's... that's the reality. But then somehow once you're working on the show, you're like, if I can find a nugget of like something useful out of them doing this, that's the light I'm gonna shine.
Sure, well that's what you're supposed to do. You should always shine the positive and be as honest as possible. Because then you're not a lying bastard, and never come back and say, well, you said this. Yes, I could say, you fly here, I'll give you $1 million. That's a huge lie.
Really? They're not getting $1 million?
No, but if you fly, so now you have to figure out how to get them here, and that's your job, is to make that happen.
What's my name?